I don't have friends. I got family.
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 Family?
Family. Family.
Your family.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our first episode of our Fast and Furious Summer. And yes, that was a multiple cavalcade of clips where family is said throughout the Fast and Furious franchise.
So enjoy all of that because we have more family to come.
We're
what.
family.
That is right.
Your family.
We are the Review family. I am Troy to the max extreme.
And I'm family.
And we are deep diving into that FF franchise.
It's such a big hit. It's been so big for so long. Almost like dwarfing the Marvel Universe, would you say?
It would. It maybe not as many movies, but it's been out longer.
It's been out longer, and it's gotten a lot of attention. We've had some tears with some losses in it.
Uh-huh.
But it's still growing pretty strong.
That's right.
And it had to start somewhere.
And it started right here with The Fast and The Furious.
Yeah. Not to be confused with a movie we'll be doing at a later date called Just Fast and Furious.
That's right. The Fast and The Furious, JT. It was blessed upon us June 18th, 2001.
Summer release. Oh, this is a pre-9/11 era.
That's right.
God damn.
I know.
Never forget.
Never forget. Budget of $38 million.
Yes.
Domestically made 144.5.
Success.
And then worldwide, $207.2 million.
Jesus.
Rotten Tomatoes has this entry at 53%.
Not good.
IMDb 6.8 out of 10.
Yes.
And Roger Ebert gave it 3 out of 4 stars.
Wow.
I know.
Not too bad.
I know.
Above average, some would say.
Above average. This ranks through the domestic box office number 6 out of the 8 entries of the Fast and the Furious franchise.
Oh, wow. So you're going to keep us up to date.
I will.
Okay. So this is the number 6.
Domestic box office. This is the
6
number
out of 8.
6 out of 8.
Okay.
Yes.
Curious.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's pretty low,
Pretty low. Third from the bottom.
some would say.
Well, this graph would definitely say it. So JT, if you don't mind, I would like to take the floor.
Of course.
And I will give...
I'm sure you were all about the life and times of Brian Mills. And Dom.
You bet I am. I should have wrote down all the names so I can remember all of them. But anyway, I'm just going to say Paul Walker. What's his name? Brian Mills?
I think his name is Brian Mills. Brian something. Let me look it up.
Is it Brian O'Malley?
I know his first name's Brian.
Brian. Well, it starts off with a lad named Brian. And he has a hankering for tuna sandwiches with no crusts.
Yeah. I want to talk about that in detail.
And so he goes and visits a little shop.
Brian O'Connor.
I was close with O'Malley.
Yeah, you were.
And with that, he runs into a Dom Toretto at a body shop / restaurant.
There are times they call him Dominic where I'm like, who are they talking about? They call him Dom so much.
Yeah. They do not see eye to eye, and Dom's crew also does not like Brian O'Connor.
One guy in specific.
Yeah.
That calls him the F-bomb at one point.
Yeah. Jesus. I was very taken back by that. It's that pre-9/11 jokes, you can tell.
Pre-9/11 jokes? Jesus.
Yeah. And so, also, is this movie PG-13?
Yes.
Is it? This should have been a rated R movie.
Why?
You would. I think it shows full breasts in this.
No, I don't.
Are you
remember
sure?
I don't see boobs.
There are wet t-shirt contests.
Oh yeah, you definitely see boobs in those t-shirts.
Ja Rule definitely grabs tits erotically in
Good
this.
lord.
There
he is
an
fire festing like a motherfucker in this movie.
He also drops probably the only F-bomb in there.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of swearing and violence to go around.
Yeah. I want to say they say shit a lot. Do they say shit a lot?
They say shit a lot in this. They say shit a lot in this, Joel. Where was I with the synopsis? I just started about Ja Rule grabbing titties.
We were talking about... Yeah, you were on the part of the synopsis where Ja Rule's grabbing titties.
It was pre 9/11, man. You can do whatever.
There's no holds barred in pre 9/11.
Yeah. I don't know. I would have never put that together until you said it. Now that's going to be my running joke. So anyway, he gets caught up with that gang. He's trying to get sweet with Dominic's sis.
Yeah.
And at the same time, there's a slew of crimes going around with these 3 Hondas or whatever that are all tricked out, and they got green underglow that are raiding semi-trucks full of electronics.
Yeah.
And while that's happening, Brian O'Connor is getting swell with the gang because they're racing. He's proven his worth.
Troy, I'm going to save you some time here. It's Point Break with cars.
It's Point Break with cars.
It's fucking Point Break with cars.
It's Point Break with cars, folks. There is a bit of a twist in this.
Oh.
Brian O'Connor is not all he's chalked up to be.
Is it the Point Break twist?
It's the Point Break twist where he's a cop.
He's a cop. And he works for Buffalo Bill.
Yes, he works for Buffalo Bill. He's a cop. So the twist now let's build to it.
Yeah.
So anyway, everyone knows it's Fast and Furious. It's
Fast and
cars.
Furious.
It's racing tricked out cars.
Racing tricked out cars.
There you go.
I have to I made notes on this because I watched like a month ago. So I gotta
made live notes. All of my notes are pretty much the first 13 minutes of this movie. My first note is that this is the most 2000s movie I've ever seen.
Yeah. My first note is the soundtrack is constantly playing.
My God, and it is just pounding down your throat.
Yeah. Even when you don't even need the soundtrack playing, they're just like, next song.
Yeah. It is like there's one part where they play like 3 clips of songs
for one scene
into one another.
It's all in one scene. They played 3 songs in one scene.
It is unacceptable. It is bad. Not only is that, but like the fashion is so early 2000s with mesh tops. And what is happening with the mesh
Everyone
tops?
dresses like they're in a fucking MTV music video circa 2000.
Yes.
Like once they get to like that race, I feel like I'm in like a Ja Rule video.
Yes.
Like, I'm waiting for him to be like, put it on me.
Murder. By 13 minutes in, I thought this was the worst movie I've ever seen. This movie was so bad.
I remember when I messaged you and I think I even said on the show where it's like, I don't even think this constitutes as a movie.
It is just...
So much of this is just guys measuring each other's dicks on how much nos they can pump into their fucking car.
It is! Like, one of my notes in here is like, all the revving in this movie is so irritating, it's irresponsible.
Nos is gold in this universe. Like, I want to see a Mad Max universe where everyone is just killing each other for nos.
one thing is, I've never seen this movie before.
Really?
I've never seen this or any Fast and Furious
I
movie
can't
ever.
wait.
I've never seen any of them
I
for mostly one reason.
Yeah.
This came out when we were in high school, and
Yeah.
there was one person in our high school class that loved this movie.
Was
Who
it
wa-
DL?
Yes. It was. And he went bang on about this movie like it was the second coming of Christ. And I'm like, I can't get behind him or this movie because now they are associated forever with one another.
Oh, shit. And now he puts a bunch of Trump shit on Facebook.
I do not follow him on Facebook.
He does.
Great.
Bless it.
Let me just calm myself. Collect myself once more. So,
Oh, fuck.
one of the songs in this is Rollin' by Limp Bizkit. Which I'm like, all right, we're definitely deep in the early 2000s.
Deep in the 2000s.
There's also a Saliva song in this somewhere. And then definitely a Ja Rule song because he's also in the movie.
In this movie, which I wanna go deep into Ja Rule's story arc
Please do.
in this, where he plays a racer who is promised a threesome if he wins.
Mm-hmm.
Where the woman even says, "I'm gonna fuck you regardless,
Right.
but if you win, my friend is also going to fuck you at the same time," thus creating a menage a trois of a sort.
Yes.
And of course, Ja Rule loses because he's in there with, Dom and Brian.
I mean, what are you
What was
thinking?
he fucking thinking? When he loses, and then the woman that promised she would fuck him regardless was like, "Why should I fuck you? You didn't win." And then
Yeah.
and then everyone does an "oh" to him,
Yeah.
which I was like, that was Ja Rule's personal fire fest.
Yes, it was.
Where he was promised at least something, ended up not even getting that.
Not getting it. That gratuitous titty grab. Can I backtrack to the titty grab?
Please, go in detail on the titty grab.
It was shocking. That's why I asked if this was rated R. So this woman, out of nowhere, comes up to Ja Rule's car, places his hand firmly on her breast, inside of her shirt, and he grips that titty like it's his... like it's his own titty. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I was shocked. Like, I was like, what is going on in this?
Troy, did you not see the Firefest documentary? Because Ja Rule always be partying like rock stars and fucking like porn stars. Get it? Because he rhymed stars with stars.
He's a rapper.
He's a rapper. He's good at this stuff.
He is a rapper. Yeah, so he did do his own fire festival in his pants in this movie.
Yeah. He went in thinking that he was going to get something real good, but at least get something out of it. Ended up getting nothing at all.
And then he's no longer in the movie.
Yeah. And then I want to assume that this character probably killed himself.
Yep. Promised a threesome, comes back with nothing,
And he dies.
just dies right there in his car.
He dies based off of the promise of sex and not getting it.
Yeah.
He didn't even kill himself. He just died of expectation.
Oh my god. So I thought the acting in this was horrible. I thought the best actor in this was Vin Diesel.
Dude, you know what? I didn't hate Vin Diesel in this.
I didn't either.
There are parts in this where, like, they play him up as, like, a guy where it's like, I kind of like this guy. And then they do things where, like, Paul Walker's, like, talking to his FBI guys, and they're like, you do realize, like, he's almost beaten a man to death. And he is, like, a scary dude. And then there's, like, a scene where, like, he's, like, investigating these cars to find out if they're part of that robbery. And then, like, Vin Diesel catches him. And, like, he has, like, this aura about him where it's like, he's fucked.
Yeah.
Like, you get that feeling where it's like, he's about ready to just, like, kill someone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. Like Vin Diesel does a really good job of like being like a guy where it's like I want to hang out with him, but if I go get on his bad side, I do not want to be anywhere near him.
Paul Walker, on the other hand, there's a lot of love for this guy.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. He did pass away.
Yeah. Don't want to speak that much ill of the dead, but
I don't want to speak that much ill of the dead, except his acting is very ill. Like, I thought he comes off as very bland and stiff in this.
Yeah.
Like, he just read lines and didn't really act them.
Yeah.
Just bad, I thought.
So, like, part of this show that I want to do is, like, what can we talk about where it's like, can we expect this in future movies? Since there's 8 of them that we can talk about in general. And I really hope they just comment on Paul Walker's love of tuna.
Yes.
Throughout the rest of the movie. Just in small glimpses. Just be like, oh, is that tuna sandwich?
You got the crust off that?
Hey, cut the crust off there real quick.
When I first heard that he wanted the crust off, I'm just like, you pussy. That's what was going through my head.
And then they even say the tuna's not even that good. But then like, oh no, he's going there because he's really digging on Dom's sister. But then it's like, he's going to a bar. Get a fucking beer or some shit.
Yeah, not a gross tuna
sandwich. Going and getting a fucking gross motherfucking tuna sandwich? And then it's like, well, no, I'm just only because I like tuna. No. You like tuna. You can get way more shit there than just tuna. But you get tuna, so you like tuna.
He must. Especially if he comes back and gets it every time.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
You can get other stuff.
There's got to be at least a bag of chips on that menu somewhere.
I saw a bag of chips in the back. There were bags of chips hanging there. Just get a fucking thing of Cheetos.
You know what also was unnerving about that scene is that when they do flash over to Dom, he's so sweaty.
He sweats through probably 75% of this movie.
He's just sitting back there with a beer and a newspaper, and he's got the biggest pit sweats I've ever seen.
Hey man, he gets really into fucking Garfield.
It's
when he's reading
gratuitous.
Man, did you fucking read this last Doonesbury?
Marmaduke's up to his old tricks.
I was on the edge of my seat.
Did you read Frank and Ernest?
God damn it. Fucking Beetle Bailey's up to his own shit, man. This motherfucker cannot fucking contain himself. Is there any beer in that fridge, Troy?
There is. Would you like one?
I will take one. And only one.
Here we go.
I need to drink more if we're going to be talking about this. Fast and Furious.
So, it should be known I don't really care for cars.
But what do you think about NOS?
That's a good question. Care less about NOS than I do. You know what? No. I probably care more about NOS than I do cars.
Do these races just feel like a big cheat? Where it's like, you win based on how much NOS you bought?
I would assume so.
Because it seems like every race ends that way. Where it's neck and neck, and then the guy
hits his NOS.
That has the most NOS hits his NOS and then wins.
Because it's not like a tourney race. It's a straight shot.
Like the one where Ja Rule loses his threesome.
Yeah.
It was like, so Vin Diesel hits his NOS.
Yeah.
And then Paul Walker hits his NOS.
Yeah.
But little did Paul Walker know, Vin Diesel had 2
second
NOSes. And then they're like, oh my god, you're a great racer. Or it's like, no, he just bought more NOS than you.
Yeah. And even like the beginning of the races, like they're all lined up and Paul Walker looks in his back seat to make sure everyone can see that he's turning on his NOS.
Yeah.
And
it's
then
a big dick measuring contest with how much NOS you have.
And then they go over to Dom and he lifts up his passenger seat to turn on his NOS.
Yeah.
But the two in the middle, Ja Rule and video game Asian guy,
yeah,
they didn't turn on any NOS.
They didn't turn on any NOS. They were nossless.
They were nossless, which was their biggest mistake.
Yeah. Imagine if Ja Rule had 3 nos.
Oh my god.
He would be
A menage a nos.
Yeah, he'd be in a menage a nos. A menage a nos would turn to a menage a trois
Very quickly.
for Ja Rule.
That's right.
He should have bought 3 nos.
He was fucking up. So you let me give you another like reference and frame of mind that I was in when I was watching this movie.
Please do.
So I know you don't watch any basketball on television,
No.
and neither do I. But when I do, for whatever reason, if it's on, all I can hear is the sneaker squeaking.
Yeah.
And it becomes like to a point where it's just like, it's irritating and it gives me a headache. That's what this movie did with revving.
Yeah.
Anytime there's a quiet moment, in the background, somebody is just fucking revving a car.
I realized I know so little about engines that, like, someone could lift a hood and just show a just mangled heap of metal, and someone could be like, "Woo! Holy shit, man!" And I'd believe it.
Yeah. They lifted up a few hoods in this and just started spouting off nonsense.
Yeah. Every time someone lifted the hood of a car, they were like, "Oh, man! Woo!
Look at that!
Holy shit!
What a beaut!
What the fuck is this? Oh, my God!"
Yeah. And you know what also didn't make any sense? So, when Paul Walker delivers that piece of shit car, but then he's just like, "Hey, take a peek under the hood." And they open it up and they're just like, "Holy shit!"
It looks like a regular engine, and everyone's like, "Oh, man!"
It looks just as shitty as the outside of the car. And then they're like, "We can work with this." And then they just put a new engine in it.
Yeah, they just make everything brand new.
They literally show every new part going into this
Yeah.
engine in a montage where it's not even the same engine they saw before. It's just a new engine. Makes no fucking sense.
But he owed Dom a 12-second car.
Not a 12-second car. Even better.
What?
A 10
Oh, it's a
second
10.
car.
Oh, shit. See, I haven't
She had
watched this in a
shaved
long
2
time.
seconds off that thing.
Yeah.
This movie was also brought to you by Corona.
Were the same guys that gave you the do-over?
They mention this beer by name in it during a house party. I can't remember the exact line, but I thought it was very gratuitous. And then the only drinks that they have during this are Coronas.
Oh, I want to talk. Well, might as well talk about it now. So the weird, like, dick measuring contest where Dom gives Paul Walker that other guy's beer.
Mm-hmm.
That's gross.
Yeah. It's
Like,
gross.
if someone walked in and was like, "Hey, take this guy's beer," I'd be like, "Give me another beer." This guy
Yeah.
probably, like, is super spitty when he drinks. I don't know what the fuck he does.
Yeah. It looks like a horse's ass. He
Yeah.
probably did backwash
Yeah,
in it.
he's probably got a coal sore or some shit. I don't fucking know. He's got a huge ass beard. He's probably covered in fucking zits or some shit. I don't know who this guy's been. And you're giving me his beer so you can, like, shove it in his
Like,
face
shove it in
that you
his
like
face.
me more than him.
Yeah. Even though Paul Walker's probably going to go home with like 8 canker sores.
Yeah.
Sickening.
Yeah. And, like, the beer's like half gone. I'd be like, well, I'm gonna drink more than this.
Can you just give me another
Can you
beer?
just give me a new beer?
Can you give me a different Corona,
What
please?
shitty ass house party are you throwing where it's like, we don't have enough beer for everyone. Take this guy's
Yeah.
beer.
You're going to have to share.
Yeah.
Sick.
We have 6 bottles of beer we can share amongst the group.
And your hoes, who are all here.
Oh god. So many. There's like so much fur and none of it is covering the middle part.
Yeah.
Just so much cleavage
It's-
and ass. and fur.
This movie does not pass the Bechdel test.
No.
Let me tell you that right now.
No.
Because even if Michelle Rodriguez talks about anybody, it's about Dom or Paul Walker.
Yeah.
So that's not very good.
Or fucking Dom.
Yeah, which she does.
Yeah.
And just like an odd scene where it's like a montage
Yeah.
of Paul Walker
Paul
and
Walker
the FBI.
storming this Asian guy to Power Man 3000 while she fucks Dom.
Yeah. Strange. Didn't need that to happen.
Also, let's talk about the Asian guy. More or less, his brother.
With the snakeskin pants?
Tightest snakeskin pants ever,
Uh-huh.
and the most crazy eyes I've ever seen on a person.
Yeah, he's a bit unhinged, huh?
His go-to move is point machine gun and stare.
And fire erratically when he does shoot the fucking thing.
Does he even talk? I don't think he talks.
If he does, it's just repeating what his brother said.
Yeah.
It's like, give me the info. You give him the info.
With his crazy stare.
Yeah. Where's my engine parts? Tell him where the engine is. That's pretty much it.
Oh, God.
Also, the guy who's got ADD that's in the gang, shows what they could do to that piece of shit car that Paul Walker brings in, and inserts a floppy disk into the computer.
Oh, really?
This is 2001. I had a Windows 95 that didn't even take floppy disks at my house.
I don't remember the floppy disk. That is hilarious.
I found it. It took me out of the movie. He goes and puts a floppy disk into this computer, and I'm like, when was this movie made? Was this movie made like 8 years ago and now only coming out right now?
Oh, God.
But then that wouldn't make any difference or reference for the Ja Rule appearances. But then, yeah, he puts in a floppy disk, and then freaking Paul Walker's like, man, you should go to MIT. And he's like,
is that
nah.
the car expert guy? Like
Yeah.
the nerdy? Oh, my God.
The guy who's like autistic or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, my God.
Yeah. So I found that weird. And then he shows like this whole AutoCAD program that's coming up to show like how the new car is going to look. And I'm like, you got that off a floppy? No way. A floppy disk holds like a maximum of 1 MP3.
Yeah. He built a car on a floppy disk.
Not happening.
Man. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. Yeah, he just inserts a floppy disk and then builds a car based off of the hunk of shit
Yep.
that Paul Walker found. He's like, oh my God, you're a genius. Like, what the fuck? Well, since we're like revving up to the end, let's talk about the end. Because the end, and pardon my pun, happens at a breakneck speed.
Yes, it does. And it seems like there's no real stakes in it. Mostly because that, like,
they invent stakes at the very end through the most dumb way possible. With fucking nerdy dude being like, hey man, I just bet everything I owned in this one race.
Oh, yeah.
What? Why? I don't know, man. Watch me race it. Oh, I fucked up. I'm leaving. What? Wait, where? This is like maybe in the span of 2 minutes this all happens.
Yes.
And then
Then the Asian dude gets fucked over. And so he's pissed.
It legit all happens in 2. Hey guys, I just bet everything I own in this one race. Wait, no, don't doing it. But I fucked up, guys. I'm leaving. Wait. I don't even know what happened.
Yeah, then fight breaks out. Dom is like, well, I'm going to punch an Asian guy now.
Hold on. Let me save this fight for us robbing a semi out of nowhere.
So I had a huge problem with the end. So Paul Walker secretly is undercover, and he's trying to find out who's doing all of these robberies.
Yeah.
And at first he doesn't think it's Dom and crew. He thinks it's this Asian group.
He doesn't want to think it's Dom and the crew.
Yeah, I get that. But he also doesn't make it seem... To me, I wasn't convinced
Yeah.
that once he figures out that it is Dom and crew
Yeah.
actually doing these crimes, that they made that close of friends for him to be like, well, I guess I'm okay with crime. And then he just, like, lets him leave, and then that's the end of the movie.
Yeah. It
makes
is
no sense.
the abrupt end of this. Like, literally, things have happened where you have no idea who's alive and who's dead, and they're just like, Paul Walker let Vin Diesel go, and end credits. Where you're like, so is Skinny Dude still alive? Because he got shot up, and they were like, fucking like making like what's her name? Like Jordana Brewster was all like, I'll take care of him. You guys go get those other guys, the Asian dudes. And, like, Asian dude is still dead, but, like, you don't know what happened to Paul Walker after that. Because it's like, Paul Walker shot him in broad daylight, like, almost unarmed.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, well, I gotta go chase down Dom. And then Dom gets hit by a train.
Yeah.
Flips his car, and then Paul Walker's like...
he beats the train,
oh,
and then
yeah,
he's like,
right.
whoo, looks back, and then he looks forward and then runs into a bus or something. It's like, what is happening?
And then Paul Walker's like, you can go.
Yeah.
End credits.
He gets out of a car, through a horrible car wreck.
Yeah.
Gets out and is just holding his shoulder.
Vin Diesel should be salsa.
He should have been liquefied in that crash.
And it just comes out holding his shoulder, and then Paul Walker's like, that was badass, man. You better fucking get out of here.
Just get out of here, Dom. I'll take care of this. Credits.
Yeah, credits. Nothing.
Yeah.
No, you don't know what happened to Skinny Dude that got shot up by the Asian dudes.
Nah.
You don't know what happened to...
Dickhead mesh shirt guy.
Dickhead mesh shirt guy might be still alive.
Who knows?
Ah.
I don't know,
It
man.
literally just ends where it's like, fuck it. Like, the guy was like, yeah, whatever. End it
we're
here.
done. We're done.
End it here. But, I don't know, the semi heist that they do in this, I thought was actually pretty well shot though.
I thought it was okay looking.
Yeah.
Like
when the dude gets like his arm caught and like his like arms like bleeding out with like all that metal wire. I was like, oh, that looks like it fucking hurts.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. The one confusing thing I thought was like, okay, so they're going on this heist, and then this is the one where they just don't disguise themselves. All the other ones you see before this are all in like black leather and they have helmets on.
And they do it at night. This is like broad daylight. They do this,
and they're just like, do we need to put helmets on?
Yeah.
Nah,
fuck it. We'll just do this. Everyone already knows it's us. You might as well just fucking...
Right.
And this happens to be the one where the semi-driver has a shotgun with unlimited shells.
Right.
He fires that shotgun like 6 times and then reloads. We're like, that's not how a shotgun works.
Not that double barrel, at least.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a setup. It was a like FBI agent in the truck or whatever.
No. It was a semi, because they make it a point throughout the entire movie that, hey, we gotta catch these guys because semi-drivers are taking the law into their own hands.
Right.
And who knows what's gonna happen if they push them to the certain limit.
Oh, I swear to God, like on the last one, they're like, oh, it's a setup or whatever.
No. It was just a truck driver, because they hammer it home where it's like, we gotta catch these guys. They don't want to catch them because they're committing crimes and stealing. They want to catch them because who knows what'll happen if these semi-drivers start taking the law into their own hands.
Vigilante
Where
justice.
I think an actual like FBI guy would be like, fuck these guys. Sure, shoot them. Who gives a shit? But fucking Buffalo Bill is feeling so compassionate for the fucking robbers that they're just like, we gotta catch him before they get real hurt.
Yeah. Like, what is going on here?
Fuck them. I hate how they portray the fucking FBI agents in this, because they're just like, they get to a point where it's like, hey, they're Hollywood, where like they make Buffalo Bill like order like some weird coffee drink, and they make it like
an iced cappuccino.
Yeah, they make it like super apparent that it's like this super girly coffee drink where it's like, hey guys, we're in LA. And check out these LA FBI agents. They order weird coffees.
Yeah. Can I have a decaf iced cappuccino? That's what, and then like it cuts to them all drinking them out of like clear mugs.
It's just like a thing where it's like,
why did you do
who gives
this?
a shit?
Well, the whole time I was thinking like, why did you do this through all of this movie, pretty much? So yeah, at the very end, I was just never convinced that Paul Walker would just like go against his FBI training to be like, oh, I did find out it's these guys. Huh. Well, I guess we're still friends.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
what?
Yeah. It's just like just Paul Walker's just so horny for Dom's sister that he's just like, I'll let him get away with anything. I don't give a shit. I just want to fuck his sister.
So stupid.
It's like, what's so great about Dom that you're just like, fuck my life.
Yeah. Fuck this life that I've already created for myself.
Fuck this training that's I've probably been doing for almost 10 years.
Yeah. I'm an undercover FBI agent, so I guess I'm just gonna be a criminal now.
Yeah. Dom makes a really sweet bratwurst, so I'm gonna fucking... I'm gonna flush my career down the toilet.
And just like... Well, it's so fucking stupid.
That was a sweet-ass cookout. I'm gonna fucking...
So, when I first started, like, the job I have now, there was a guy who modded out his car to look like the Paul Walker's green car that he has in the beginning of this movie.
No.
I never met that man, but after watching this movie, I'd like to now, just to see why. Because that car is not in more than half of the movie.
Yeah.
It's not his, like, signature car. They move on quickly.
I would want you to light it on fire so he can walk out of his job and be like, NOS! And then jump behind a dumpster as it blows up.
With some sweet green flame. I don't know about this movie, man. And
what a fun beginning.
You know what's weird, too? So, like, I was looking up the box office stuff, and this one made 6 out of 8.
Yeah.
The next one, maybe minor spoilers for the next 2 for box office stuff, if you even give a shit.
Yeah.
But it's lower. And then
so...
Tokyo Drift is even lower.
Yeah, I think Tokyo Drift was barely a theatrical release. It was like straight to DVD.
I can't even wait to see Tokyo Drift because I hear it's
almost
completely unrelated to almost
Tokyo
everything.
Drift is like the worst out of all of them.
Great. I can't wait for these to get progressively worse and then exponentially better.
This is the price we pay, Troy.
Why? So, Fast and the Furious.
Yep.
How about it?
What's your grade, Troy?
I don't know. This movie was I'd probably give it a C-.
Yeah.
Is that decent?
Sure.
Did you have a good time with this movie? Because I don't think I did.
I mean, the semi heist at the end was kind of fun, and just the fact that they're so dumb when it comes to like maybe I'm dumb when it comes to cars. Just all this shit where everyone's just jerking each other off over how their motors look, and I was I was losing my shit on all of that stuff. Like I wouldn't say I had like a good time, but there's some parts where I was like laughing out of how fucking stupid these people are.
Yes.
So yeah, I'll probably give it maybe a C.
Okay.
Yeah, like I wouldn't suggest it as like a good movie, but hey, go ahead and get drunk and just laugh at how dumb these people are about cars. Because they these people are like, they are gonna fuck their cars.
Yes. They trick these things out to be stupid.
Yeah.
Like, ridiculous. Like, I remember when this movies came out and, like, people in high school that had, like, auto mechanic class
Yeah.
wanted to figure out how to put underglow in all their cars.
Yeah.
Even though their cars did not warrant having underglow in it.
We had a friend
Yes.
that underglowed his car and got pulled over for it.
Oh, what a dope.
I think he neoned out an Alero.
It's just
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah. God bless these people.
Damn
But
it.
yeah, it's the Fast and the Furious. What a
what a ride we went
Yeah.
on this first one, huh?
what an introduction to this
To this-
8-part series that
This
we're
series that gets
diving into.
progressively insane.
yeah. Like these people turn into secret agents at some point.
Yeah. They go from like low-time criminals that like boost Panasonic TVs with a
Though
VCR
they
built
make
in.
sure they're Panasonic.
For sure.
Yeah.
And what they're stealing is like VCRs.
Yeah.
And like those small TVs that have the VCR built in them.
Yeah.
That's what they're stealing out of these semis.
Yeah. And to go to national espionage from here.
Yes. Insanity.
Insanity. I can't wait.
There's one of these movies that they're like in Dubai and they launch a car out of one of the tall towers into the next tall tower. That is coming.
That is coming. It's coming.
At some point in this universe, Idris Elba is a superhero. Like literally superpowers.
Oh my god, that's why I can't wait for that Hobbs and
There
Shaw.
is a scene with a submarine crashing through the ice and cars driving away from it.
I think The Rock throws a
Submarine?
No, he doesn't throw a submarine, but he throws like a torpedo back at the submarine.
That's still yet to come.
It's yet to come. It's near the end, but it's yet to come.
My God. Anyway, that was our first entry.
Our first entry into the Fast and the Furious, our Fast and Furious summer.
Yep.
I can't wait for more.
I'm very curious. I'm apprehensive about the next two, at least.
I know. The next one is just Paul Walker and Tyrese in Miami.
Oh, God. I just need The Rock to show up soon.
He's not in there till 5.
I know.
we have 3 more movies till he shows up.
Okay. And then after the third one, they aren't on Netflix anymore either.
I know. But I got all the DVDs, so I'll watch them way ahead of you, and then I'll let you borrow them.
Cool.
Because I would not feel right if you spent money on this.
They all are at least like a $4 rental. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, I don't
I know.
want to do that.
Too much.
Okay, so that will be the show for this Monday.
Yes.
Hopefully everyone enjoyed the episode. Let us know what you think on social media, what you think of the Fast and Furious franchise.
Yeah. Let us know what your favorite one is. Maybe we'll bring you on the show if it's your favorite episode, favorite movie. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, who gives a shit?
We're way deep in this. Who cares?
Yeah, we're having a good time here. So, JT, if they
Yeah.
want to hit you up on social media about it, where could they do so?
You can find me at Bucky Nos! You can find me at Bucky on Twitter, also Bucky on Instagram, and Bucky on Snapchat. Troy.
Find me at Troy to the Max on Twitter. Find us both at Review Pod on Twitter as well. All our stuff's uploaded onto Facebook and Google Podcasts and Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, all that good stuff. And you can also write in at reviewpod@gmail.com.
Yeah.
There you have it.
Join us this coming Thursday when we do what, Troy?
The movie is on
Wandering-
Netflix, The Wandering Earth.
Yes, the third highest grossing movie of 2019 so far.
That nobody's heard of.
That nobody's heard of. We're doing it.
We're doing it.
And it's from China.
It's from China. It's going to be great, maybe.
So I'm curious.
Same. I am very curious.
Yeah.
And then the following Monday, why not? Too Fast, Too Furious.
All right, you called it. We'll do it.
Why not? Let's get these.
You're going to be watching a lot of Netflix this weekend. Too Fast, Too Furious. This is going to suck.
Yeah.
I'm really curious to see if you're just gonna call an audible and we're gonna do like a flashback or something else the next week.
Oh,
where you're
my
just like,
God.
I need a break.
Well, we'll see. Well, we'll see. I'm notorious for calling audibles.
You are.
So you wouldn't know it, audience. JT is. He's very fluent. I'm like, I can't.
No.
I can't.
I've had plenty of Facebook messages that says no.
But until next time, I have been Short of the Master Extreme.
I am JT3K.
And we are off.
No, we are family.